Welcome back to Donkey Kong 64. How are you?
Fine.
We are good.
What if we just commentated all 50 plus episodes just like that? For anybody watching, would that be aggravating?
That would probably be annoying.
I'm just gonna answer for them and say yes.
Okay.
Oh my god. So what is our little monkey friend doing now?
Oh, I think he's just monkeying around. Yes, the horrible puns are back. But
I'm actually. Oh, there we go.
So score one for the horrible pun.
I find these horrible puns to be endearing. So
It's my favorite Kong.
Damn it. That hitbox is weird too, though. Because I clearly jumped over him and I still got hit by it. Okay, I'm not sure if it's her I broke the game with or with the other thing. It involves that boat, that sunken ship in the middle, when one of the gates are open. Oh wait, I think it was Lanky Kong that I did it with. It may have. Okay, so Tiny's paths are small as hell. Chunky's ones are a kick in the face. Donkey and Diddy's are the most normal, and Lanky's are just in weird, obscure ass places.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
She's gonna
boom, boom,
she's
boom,
gonna get
boom.
she's gonna get all these things and grind to diamond there or something.
And this is why I don't use analog controls in Splatoon, especially when sniping. It's hard to do a drive-by like that. Has anyone played the original Donkey Kong Country games?
I mean, I've played a bit, but I've also seen tons and tons of videos of them. So
What about the second game in particular?
yeah, I've seen an entire 100% Let's Play as of this point.
Okay, because this area is kind of themed around that. Specifically the one in the first world of the second game.
Oh, because of the pirate ships and stuff.
Yeah. I think it's the Lockjaw Saga. The name or the whatever. Something Lockjaw that is in the second game. It's the name of the level. I know Saga is in the name of one of the songs, but I'm not sure about the levels.
It's a Starmie.
And camera, can you not go in such an ass location? I can't even depth perception. I can see why this wasn't on the 3DS. 3DS wouldn't be able to handle emulating this.
That fish show.
What fish?
The one that's following Tiny. Oh no, tadpole.
Oh, that's your light source.
So wait, isn't the second boss of DK Country 2 called Crow, the bird? It's
I'm not sure.
spelled.
There's a lot of things with that similar name that are just normal enemies.
Well, I mean, like, this is spelled Krow, and it's like,
Yeah, a lot of the enemies that have the letter C in their names will.
well, I know,
Will be
so I know it's like, okay, so I know this is like a boss in the game, but I don't know if this is like, if this is like the boss of World 2 or whatever.
No, though in
That's-
World 2 it's a sword with a hand. In World 1 it's the crow or a bird or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
You face him again as a ghost, or you face his ghost form later in the game. By the way, that area with the teleport pad number 2, the game was a big troll to me there, because there is something there, but it didn't, because of draw distance, it never loaded at all. So that just sets it up for the trouble I had with Chunky Kong at the end of this level, where I was missing 10 bananas, and I was going all over the place, backtracking 7 times, 10, 15, 30 times to areas I've been, to no avail. So I decided to go to a guide, and I'm like, I go to check, where is this balloon? I know it's a balloon. And then it tells me where it is, and then I go there. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I was looking there, it didn't show up. So what I had to do was go all the way to the wall, and then go back to that platform so that it would load, and then so that I could also shoot at it. The draw distance for things popping in is actually smaller than the draw distance for things getting popping out. So you can go far and something won't pop out, but if something that hasn't popped in yet and you go that close, it won't pop in. You gotta go like Independence Day on PlayStation 1 close to it.
It's Staryu.
I'm not even sure why there's health plentifully available in the levels. It's not like you're gonna take that much damage anyway. And on top of that, if you can find a tag barrel, you can just heal up like that. The tag barrel is basically the Pokemon Center of this game.
Basically. It is funny, but the Pokemon Center. Don't even have to talk to Nurse Joy. You just gotta put the Pokemon in the PC and just take it right back out. It heals itself.
No, you go in the building, you come out, and they're all healed. Like way faster than even going up to the machine, like in Pokemon Coliseum. Oh yeah, this is the other minigame. That's a pain in the ass. Notice how fast I'm trying to shoot at it as soon as you can just barely see it pop into view. Because of this minigame has lag compensation, so because of the Wii U version taking out all the lag, but not changing the timer values, this becomes beaver bother in the Wii U version and later in the game. Whereas on the original, this is more tolerable. Okay, so that reflex is the reflex for the last one in the game.
Oh, okay.
That's the reflex that's allowed. Later in the game, on the Wii Virtual Console, that reflex that I had, that you saw, where it was not even half a second and I shot at it, is not permitted. Like, you have to be faster than that. As soon as you see the spec, you have to be already shooting at it. And it is not fun. I actually abuse save states for that because of it.
This game be strict.
If it's on the Wii Virtual Console, it's super strict. Like, they expect you to be TAS.
So apparently there's a boss in Donkey Kong Country 2 called Mr. X, who's like an abandoned boss.
That one does not ring a bell, though I do know of another one. It's not in the original, but it was in one of the remakes, and it filled in an empty, pointless spot in the game. And when I say pointless empty, I mean in the original, there was you go in this place, and then there's level design that has no hazards, no way to die, no pits, and it's like just literally 2 feet of level, and you win. An entrance and an exit. The start of the level and the end of the level is like right there within one screen's worth. But in the remake, they filled in that area with a boss, and they called it Kerosene with a K. Kerosene being the gas.
Yeah, but the boss is that barrel boss.
Wait, the what?
The barrel boss in the original Donkey Kong Country, which...
Oh, wait, what barrel? The burping barrel?
The one that spits out enemies, or whatever its name is.
Oh, that was in the third game.
Hold on.
It was the first boss in the third game.
Oh, yeah, no, I was thinking of a Dumb Drum. Who apparently is the,
Oh, the oil drum thing in the first game. Yes,
yeah,
that thing that shakes out enemies. Yes, that was in the first game.
Wait, were you thinking I meant that, that boss that's like a barrel in the third game and has like a mouth?
Huh?
And you gotta like, you know that barrel boss in the third game that has like a mouth and you gotta kind of push it back? Like that's what you're thinking, that's what you were thinking of, right?
Wait, the what?
The boss is like a barrel and its mouth, right? Like, it has a mouth and you gotta push it backwards.
Yeah, that's the first boss of the third game.
Yeah.
I like how the camera controls are still activated and mapped within the minigame. That they have to show you that with that icon, they have to show you that, oh, you can't control the camera at this time. Well, no shit, it's a minigame where the camera is fixed. It's supposed to work that way. So trying to find my way out, this area is like so bland. You can get easily lost, and it's just a small box.
So if they remake this game, what are some changes you'd like to see, or improvements or stuff they could add?
Well, for one, fix Beaver Bother.
Like, and I'm talking about a full remake, not just like, you know, oh, let's like change some stuff. So I'm not thinking of a remake like Ocarina of Time 3D. I'm thinking of a remake um like Metroid Zero Mission versus like Metroid.
Wasn't that like a GBA port, just titled differently, much like how like the Earthbound series or the Mother series has been in the States?
No, because like it included like it included like a lot of like the original game, but like upgraded into visually. But then it also had a lot of like a lot of extra added content, including like a whole new arc sort of at the end. Um,
So what game are we comparing now? With in terms of remake, as in?
no, I'm saying like if this was a remake like Metroid, like a remake like Metroid Zero Mission versus a remake like Ocarina of Time 3D. So Ocarina of Time 3D, it upgraded the visuals and it added like a few extra modes and stuff, but it didn't change much to the core game. Like I'm talking about a remake like Metroid Zero Mission that changes a lot to the core game itself.
I would need to
Um,
see a comparison of that because I'm still drawing like, oh, it's the same thing. It's a port with minor fixes and stuff, or major bug fixes, and extra features added in to make the game more pleasurable or pleasant to play.
well, just picture this. What if they made a remake where they changed like lots of the story and lots of the um just core elements of this game, like maybe make the island, for example, like bigger, right? um or maybe make it so all of these areas, like instead of it being like you go into like a portal that takes you to like different places, it's like just sort of like an open world, almost like a Metroidvania type thing. So it's like if you go down this path, it takes you to this area. It takes you to the jungle. If you go down this path, it takes you to you
I
understand.
could see how they could do that. Like they could have the portal thing still there, but like do it in a way where when you go into the portal, the 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 portal sort of not the portal, the area sort of fades into existence as you walk through. And if you turn around, you can see like where you came from. But when you go all the way in, the area fades out. The area you came from out of existence.
Yeah, I mean, you could also sort of have like portals as like warps, because like I think doing this would mean you'd have to make the game quite a bit bigger. But like obviously, when the N64 came out, that was a lot more difficult to do.
Or I mean, no, because Mario 64 did something like that. And but what I'm talking about is like have an illusion that they're intertwined, but the physical space in the game is actually all you're really doing when you go into the level is, okay, when you go into Jungle Japes, based on the coordinates of the in-game loaded area that you're at, yeah, and the fact that it didn't load an entirely different room, all it did was pop a model into existence, you're basically still on DK Isle outside.
I just want to point out we never said goodbye on this episode. Like I don't know, but I think you might still have it recording, and that's fine. But like um we've basically just like had this like long conversation after it ended.
That's because it was still recording. Comment, rate, like, subscribe.